Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. In this video today, I will be showing you how to recreate this design. I have here my pattern. I've drafted the pattern already. I've taped it together to show you the final outcome and how it looks like. So let's get started. I have here my back pattern like so, and I have here my front pattern. Here is the center front line, but because it's a jacket, I added 1 inch extension on the center front line. I made use of my half scale ruler to draft it. I will start my construction from the neck region so as to do the lapel of my collar. I'm labeling on my horizontal line like so, and I'm going to extend all of it into the 1 inch wrap extension. You have to determine where you want your wrap to start from. It can be the underbust or the waist position. Connect from your neck point to your underbust. Please note where the vertical line intercepts your neckline like so. What I'm going to do next is to extend my neckline into the wrap, and I'll cut out like so. The next thing I'm going to do is just to crease the wrap line like so. So I have here my lapel, and this is how it looks like your basic lapel. You can complete the neck collar as you desire. From the center front line, I have to go into the left by 1 cm, but because this is a half scale pattern, I have to measure that with my half scale ruler. What I'm going to do next is to connect that point to my underbust point and make use of your armhole curve or your hand. Now what I have from the armhole curve wasn't looking nice, so from the center front line I had to make a 3 cm guideline. If it's a half scale, you have to use 1.5. Just trying to mark 1.5, and I'm trying to draw it with my hand. I think it looks better that way. For the other side of the curve, I'll just measure in about 3 inches. That'll be around 1.5 on the half scale. I'll just rule that as a guideline. I'll measure 1.5 cm. Maybe the full scale, I do about 3, and I'm just using my hand to just draw the curve. If you have your armhole curve, you can use it as well, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong in using your hand anyway. Please ensure that you have that cup shape. Now for the upper part, I'll be using my chest line as a reference, which is not compulsory. I'm just going to make it a little bit more bold, and I just take my pencil and I'm going to just try and follow that line like so. I'm going to extend the 1 cm to touch the chest line, or whatever position you want it anyway. Then you just draw like so. I know it looks a little bit funny, especially that upper part, but please ensure your own looks better than mine. The next thing will be the strap. You can just measure 1 inch or 1.25, depending on what you want to use. I'm just trying to measure so I have a uniform line like so. Then when it gets to the cup region, I'm just going to bring it a little bit down, something like that. That means that whole space in between that I use a marker will be showing. Now the width of that opening is as you choose. Now for the armhole, that strap will not get into the armhole looking at the original design, but if you want yours to enter into the armhole, the choice is all yours really. Now you have to measure what you have as the dart space. I have here 1 cm. That is the dart space, and I'm going to do my tightening. I'm going to measure 1 cm on both sides. That's 100% tightening, and I'm going to connect it to the nipple position. I'm just trying to just make it just a little bit more bold, Now on the corset part, I'm just going to mark 1 inch on both sides. That's 1 cm on both sides. That's 100% tightening, and I'm going to connect. Likewise for the yoke part as well. I was just trying to connect it really, but then I decided to just do 1 cm on both sides, and I'm increasing the darts on the yoke. I'm just trying to do some tightening anyway. So this will be the new addition to the shoulder dart like so, and also for the corset part. Please remember there's no pointed edge on your corset, so you have to blend. You can use your hand or you can use your curve. So the shaded part will have to go. Now you can decide to have another dart position at the side where you do some tightening I'm not going to do it anyway. I'm just showing you can have something like that if you want to, but it's not compulsory. And I'm not doing it because the original design doesn't have that other side part. This is what I have here. Now for the hem, if you added 3 centimeters is on the waistline, you can just remove it from the hem, but if you did not, you have to leave it. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to cut out like so. Now before you cut out the corset part, I would advise you to through the darts. One of the methods you can use is measuring, ensure the dart lengths are of the same length, but the easiest method is just for you to close the dart anyway. When you close the dart like so, you can actually redraw the style line to avoid having a shortage, just like the upper part as well. You can redraw it depending on what you want to do. I'm just highlighting the strap like so. The next thing I'm just going to do is to cut out. Now for the other side of the corset that has the strap, I'm going to trace out. I'm going to use a tracing wheel to trace that on another pattern. So this is what I have. I have traced it out, I've cut this out. You see it looks exactly the same. That's why it's good to use a tracing wheel or a tracing paper. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut out and I'm going to label first. I have my part B here and I have my part A. For the yoke part, I'm going to close the entire dart, including the tightening on both sides like so. As you can see the way it looks like, I'm going to hold it down with paper tape and I'm going to just blend that place to ensure I don't have any shortage. If it's too high, you can just bring it down a little, and I'm going to cut out like so. I have all my pattern pieces together like so, and this is how they will be assembled. So this is how it looks like. I have taped it all together. It's not fabric, so it's a little bit stiff, but then the last thing I forgot to do was to make it a 3-part corset. So from the side, you can just measure maybe 1 or 1.5, connect it like so on both sides. Please ensure that the line aligns, please. I'm just trying to label on my part here, I'm just trying to through that it has to align. Please ensure your own align. So this is how it looks like. Thank you so much for watching. If you try it out, please let me know. I'm just trying to correct that curve. It looks a little bit funny from the side, but then there is it. Thank you so much for watching.